Welcome to another edition of Talking Models. Today, we're going to take a look at this creepy guy, the gentleman, from that great series, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This, to me, was one of the creepiest episodes in that series, and I'm a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan. This dude creeped me out. If you haven't seen that episode of Hush, Season 4, Episode 10, in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, check it out. Make sure the lights are turned on, and make sure you have your voice as you're watching that, so you can't go like, then he shows up and ye gone. So let's take a look at this guy today. It was released out of England by Mysteria Models. I'm not sure if this is still available, but you can check it out. You can look from time to time on eBay or some of those other fellow hobbyists and on the hobby boards on Facebook and the Clubhouse and things of that nature. And you may be able to find this guy. So let's spin him around a little bit so you can just see what it is. You can see he's on the simple base, which was the clock tower in the film. That's where they hung out inside the town clock, and that's why he's on this clock tower. So as we spin him around, you can see it's a very simple kit, just a 1/6 scale resin kit, along with the figure and the cube that he carried that was in the film. The cube signifies where the voices were taken. What happens is the gentleman, when you're sleeping, all your voices come out of you in a mist, and they go to this clock tower, and they're collected in this box. And then they're able to float, very creepy, around town and go into the college dorms where Buffy and her gang of assistants were, and at random they had to collect 7 hearts. But watch it, it's a great episode. So I'm going to tell you a little bit what I did with this one. This was a repaint. I had done it probably 10 years ago. Never liked it. It was just laying around full of dust. Cleaned off all the dust and redid it. I had lost a little box. Searched everywhere. Could not find it. So I pulled out my Aves putty and I made my own box. So basically I just formed the box, let it dry, sanded it up, primed it, and painted it. So now he has the box so he can collect the voices in Bay City. Uh-oh. So here's what we did. The base, I enlisted. You hear about it a lot. This is my black paint that I use. This particular one is Nita's all-purpose acrylic black. The whole base was base coated in that black. And then as always, I like to come in with transparent black and just cover the whole thing. Now the parts of the clock tower that are in the base itself, that was airbrushed with gray, Banshee gray. I don't think I took it out here. No, I apologize. It was from the Badger Freak Flex line of airbrush paints. And it's called Banshee gray. That was airbrushed over the whole piece, over the black. Gave you the look here that you see. And then, of course, I had to go back in with the black, just kind of hand brush around the lines because I do not tape things off. Sorry. But I just go back and I basically touch it up. And that was the base. Simple, right? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Boom. Done. Now the figure itself, once again, I enlisted the same black. And I just covered the whole suit that he's wearing. And then what I did is I really dig this color. This is from the Badger Freak Flex airbrush paints, and it's called Body Bag Black. Do yourself a favor, pick this up. This is the flattest black I've ever seen. Yes, you're going to dull coat it. Yes, you're going to use your favorite lacquer and just finish the piece when you're done. This is the bomb. If I had like a bomb alert behind me, it'd be going boom, and this would be 10 plus. Body Bag Black. That was airbrushed over this black, the entire suit coat. And I'm telling you, it just gives you the flattest black you've ever seen. Now for his cuffs and his shirt, I enlisted again from the Badger Freak Flex line. Imagine that, Turn Ghost White. That was used. And on this I chose to hand brush it on. I could have airbrushed it on easily. I could have pulled out my Patriot Extreme 105 and got in there, or I could have brought out my Badger Chrome or my Soltar 2020 and really went in there and hit it. But again, I don't mask, lazy, call it what you will. I like to keep moving. So I hand brushed all the whites on this, and just this stuff is a nice thick paint. Not thick to where it clogs your brush, just a really strong hold on your model that you put this on. That's what this paint's designed for. So, just get a nice brush and just basically brush it. Do some light coats, don't do it really thick. You want to build it up like you do with an airbrush. So once that was done, what was left on that was the tie. So I enlisted, you've heard about it before, but this is the metallic black. And I believe it's Anita's. And this, I believe I picked up at Hobby Lobby over in the craft section. They have like an aisle full of just craft acrylic paints. It's like model heaven for paints. Picked up the metallic black, and I did his tie in that. What the metallic does, it just gives you a different hue to it. Yes, it's got metallic in it. But once you dull coat it, whatever lacquer that you use, it quiets it down. No more, it quiets it down. I like calm, and this calms it down. That metallic black was also used for his shoes. So you can see what I'm talking about a little bit. You see the difference of the blacks from the shoes, the tie, to the suit. You can see what I'm talking about. That's the difference of the metallic black. It just gives you a different hue of black. Give it a try. You're welcome. And you'll love it. You'll just love it. The little handkerchief inside his pocket there was also used with the Turn Ghost White, and that finished him off. The buttons that you see on his suit coat, on his arm, that was used with the metallic black, just again to give that different look of black and kind of make the buttons pop a little bit. That was it with his suit. Another easy peasy lemon squeezy, huh? That's a 5 out of 5. Now, on to the skin tone. I watched the episode a few times because, like I said, I love it. And in that, again, you've got all the lighting that they use and all that stuff. So it had like a blue hue, like a bluish look to him. Then he had like a white look with a little bit of flesh. But what I seen when I looked for a lot of stills was like a grayish skin tone to him. And then you had the red lips and the silver teeth. That's what I'm saying, silver teeth is what he had against the blue eyes. That gray just kind of, just brings it all together. So I'm thinking, what do I do? What do I do? So I looked over to my paint rack, which is next to my bench, at the 200 paints that are there. And again, I found myself mostly using the Badger Freak Flex line for this one. I looked over and thought, gargoyle gray. This might work. Gargoyle, I think of the old Stones, and the gargoyles like in the old scenes where you see those gargoyles on top of the stone pillars, and I thought, let me try it. So what I did is over the gray primer, I just started airbrushing the head and the hands. Just again, you don't want to get real close with this because obviously the closer you get with an airbrush, the brighter the color. So with the wall system, on the Lazy Susan, spinning around, I covered the head and all the hands. And I really liked what I seen over the gray. And that's what you see here is basically that gargoyle gray. So then it was a matter of shadowing all the crevices around his eyes. If you look in the film, around his eyes, they're black. Just the black. So what I did is I pulled out my transparent black, hit all the folds in the skin, under the eyes, on the hands, everywhere that there's a crevice, that's where you want to come in with your transparent black. Side note, when you use transparents, especially this transparent black, it's from Awada. You can't get close because it'll just spreads. Not good thing, huh? So just stay back a little bit, use your finest airbrush, and just kind of just hit your lines. Don't get worried too much with how it looks or how it covers, because what I like to do then is I come back in with a black pastel and I feather in all those areas, of course, once the transparent black dries. And then I feather it in and kind of blend it out to a skin tone. And you get the look that you see here. Just work it all in. Everywhere you see here, work it in. Finger pieces here, finger pieces here. Everywhere that you see the crevices, hit it with the black. His fingernails, pastel black, again over the transparent black, just to give it that darker black look. Now for his eyes, I enlisted here a few things. I used the bleach bone tan as my basic eye color. And then with that, you draw in your pupil. I always use that Anita black. Make it, take your time. Just do a little circle. What I like to do is a little outline. Real fine brush, just kind of gently do your outline. Once you're happy with it, fill it in. It works. So once I had that done, then I came in with Badger Freak Flex Fixia Blue. Chose that for my eye color. Did a couple coats of that. You got to be careful with this too. When you use a fine brush, when you put it in there and put it on, it's going to run. So put it on and just kind of gently start your circle. Same like with the eye. Just start it, get that little rim, and then pop it. Sometimes if I use the right brush, I can come right in and just kind of dot it. The toothpick technique I've talked about is probably not good for that part, but it will be when you come in and put his pupil in. But I didn't use the toothpick on this one. I just held it hard, steadied my hand, just went in maybe 3 or 4 times, may have happened, and I got the circle. And that's how I finished his eyes. Then what I like to do is I come in with Girard US colors, and this is the red oxide, and I like to come in and just go on the bottom of the eye, both eyes, that red. And that finished off his eyes. Can you believe it? Boom. Just like that. So that is basically the figure, the base, and the skin tone. The last thing I did, though, I used this Silver Bullet color. Great movie. Come on, Mark and Paul, where's that Silver Bullet kit? Really? I'm waiting. Silver Bullet was the color I chose to use for his teeth. Like I said in the movie, his teeth are silver. And that kind of finished it off inside his mouth. You want to work red in. I used the red oxide on this one and just kind of filled it in, then did the teeth. Boom, the figure's done. For the box that holds the voices, I listed a few different colors for that. Base coated it here. I started with the Cursed Earth. That was the first color I used. Airbrushed the complete box. Just did the whole thing in that color. Then it was just a variety of shading. Transparent dark brown from Girard US Colors. Transparent raw umber from Girard US Colors. And then a finish off of the whole piece. Once it's a process back and forth till you get to shading like you want it. And then a nice finish with the transparent yellow orch from Girard US Colors. Just kind of misted it over, just to kind of quiet everything down. Yes, I like quiet. I say it all the time. I like quiet. So once that was put all over, the box was basically finished. Then you have to put in the lines that you see on here at the top that follows around the block, top and bottom, and then the V's all the way around there. So what I did with that is I first came in with a black Sharpie, a fine one, drew in my design. Then I came back in with the black and basically followed what I had drawn and just darkened it up a little bit with that black. Boom. The black is done. The kit is done. Now it's time to put them out on the other side in the man cave and let the fun begin. This is going to be a goodie, guys. It's one of the many highlights of my collection. This one is one of my favorite because I'm a fan of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer and the episode Hush. So that wraps up this episode of Talking Models. And I want to thank you, all you subscribers out there. I'm amazed, I'm humbled, I'm embarrassed, I'm all those things that I am over 100 subscribers. Thank you. God is, I believe, using the talents that He has given me and my ability to share the love of my hobby to you guys and girls out there that are watching this and love doing this same thing. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me on this journey on this video channel, Talking Models. So stay tuned for future episodes. And also, if you have any ideas on things you may like covered in on this channel, leave me a comment. I posted something yesterday on kind of wanting to know where my subscribers want to see, want to hear about. Hit me up, and we'll see what we can do. So once again, thanks for stopping in. Have a great day, and may God bless your day.